Napoleon Bonaparte's name is synonymous with power, military genius, and the dream of empire. Born on August 15, 1769, on the island of Corsica, Napoleon rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most powerful figures in world history. His life was marked by dramatic rises, political brilliance, military conquests, and a tragic downfall. This is the story of his extraordinary journey, a journey defined by ambition, brilliance, and ultimately, the price of power. Napoleon's early years were shaped by a complex mix of ambition and adversity. Born into a relatively modest family, Napoleon's father was a lawyer and a minor nobleman. Corsica had been recently ceded to France, and the island was a place of unrest and political turmoil. Despite being from a noble family, Napoleon grew up with the awareness of being an outsider. He was determined to break free from the confines of his heritage, seeking more than just local prominence. Napoleon was sent to mainland France at the age of 9 to receive a military education. He trained at the prestigious École Militaire in Paris, where he displayed an uncanny aptitude for military strategy and leadership. At the age of 16, he was commissioned as a second lieutenant in the French army, and although he was young and unremarkable in appearance, Napoleon's sharp intellect and unyielding ambition set him apart from others. The French Revolution, which began in 1789, created the perfect storm for Napoleon to rise. The country was in disarray after years of revolution, and the French government, known as the Directory, was weak and ineffective. Napoleon, who initially saw the revolution as an opportunity to advance his career, quickly became a supporter of the revolutionary ideals. However, his sharp strategic mind was more than just loyal to the revolution. It saw the chaotic world of France as his opportunity. Napoleon's rise was meteoric. His first significant military success came in 1793 during the Siege of Toulon, where he played a crucial role in recapturing the city from royalist forces. His victory earned him a promotion to brigadier general at the young age of 24. By the late 1790s, Napoleon's military campaigns in Italy and Egypt had earned him both fame and the trust of the French people. His victories in Italy were legendary. He defeated Austrian and Italian forces, securing French dominance in the region. His daring campaign in Egypt was less successful, but displayed his military brilliance in his audacity to take risks, even if the odds were stacked against him. In 1799, Napoleon saw an opportunity to seize control of France. The country was in disarray after years of revolution, and the French government, known as the Directory, was weak and ineffective. With support from influential figures, Napoleon orchestrated a coup d'etat and overthrew the Directory, establishing a new government called the Consulate. He declared himself first consul and quickly became the most powerful man in France. In 1804, Napoleon crowned himself Emperor of the French, solidifying his control over the country. His ambition knew no bounds. He sought to spread the revolutionary ideals of liberty, equality, and fraternity, but he also believed in the necessity of a powerful, centralized state, one in which he ruled as the absolute authority. Napoleon's empire grew rapidly, and by 1812 he controlled much of Europe, from Spain to Poland, and even had influence over much of Italy and Central Europe. Napoleon's true genius lay in his ability to outthink and outmaneuver his enemies on the battlefield. His military strategies were revolutionary, and his campaigns became models of warfare that are studied in military academies to this day. One of his most famous strategies was the Battle of Maneuver, where he would rapidly move his forces, often catching enemies off guard and overwhelming them before they had a chance to respond. Napoleon's army, the Grand Army, was an unmatched force of discipline and skill. The soldiers, inspired by Napoleon's leadership and vision, followed him across Europe. Under his command, they won decisive victories at Austerlitz, 1805, Jena Auerstedt, 1806, and Wagram, 1809, crushing some of Europe's most formidable powers, including Austria, Prussia, and Russia. Napoleon's ambition, however, would be his undoing. His desire for absolute dominance over Europe led him to overreach, and his military campaigns began to falter. The most catastrophic mistake he made was his invasion of Russia in 1812. The Russian winter and the scorched earth tactics of the Russians devastated Napoleon's Grand Army. Despite his early successes, the harsh winter and lack of supplies ravaged his forces. By the time Napoleon retreated from Moscow, his army was decimated. The failed invasion of Russia marked the beginning of his downfall. His empire, built on military conquest, began to crumble as the forces of Europe rallied against him. Napoleon's enemies united against him.